Hi, Steve Haas here, and I want to show you a short video on how to set up Profit Renegade once you get your review copies. Go to Settings, Options. As you'll see here, we have tooltips on everything that we're doing here. Okay. Now I'm using Super Pages for this example, but as you can see, we have a multitude of different sources that you can scrape from. You have Yellow Book, you have Yellow Pages USA, Yellow Pages Australia, Yellow Pages Canada, Yellow Pages United Kingdom. The Universal is more for like international stuff. Facebook, Google Places, Manta, Super Pages, Better Business Bureau, and so on, as you can see here. For this is how many pages deep you want to go. Pages deep, usually depending on the source, anywhere from 2 to 5 pages is about as deep as you want to go. Now, the thread counts and speed, uh, it just really depends on the power of your computer and how fast of an internet connection you have. So the faster and more powerful, the more threads you can run at one time, and you can slow down or speed up the back end threads any way you see fit. Same goes with the timeouts. This is a pretty quick timeout. Normally what you would want to do is, just until you get familiar with the software, click this button here. It's the safe button or easy button, whatever you want to call it. Once you have these set up, then you hit this to save those settings. Then what we do is we go to keywords and locations. Now, for keywords, let's just say we want to use something like dentist. And you can add. Remember to keep it in the singular format because very few dentists are going to call themselves dentist. It'll be so-and-so dentist or whatever the case may be. Or if you're dealing with lawyers, it won't be attorneys. It'll be attorney, etc. So restaurant, same thing. Restaurant, not restaurants. So that's one of the things that trip people up. So keep it in the singular tense, not the plural. And then as far as locations go, I recommend using, if it's the U.S. that you're scraping, use the USA database. Like, for example, let's say on this one we're going to use California. Okay, let it do its thing. Now it's going to run a little bit slower because I'm running Camtasia Studio in the background, and as you know, that's a pretty big resource hog. So we're going to select cities, because you have the choice to where you can select city, states, area code. You can also import a list if you have one. So there's multiple ways to run this, but just to keep it simple so that you can see results pretty quickly when you're testing it, I'm going to just stick with the basics for now. So I'm going to click city. It'll take it a minute or so to load all it up because obviously California is a very large state with lots of cities. So we'll give it a minute here. Okay, now that they've disappeared, we hit the save button. And if you have proxies, which I would recommend you use, but it's not a necessity, if you use the safe settings, you should be able to get by without having to use proxies. But if suddenly the results stop coming or you don't get any results at all, chances are you're going to need proxies or what we call the Tor plugin, which is going to be an upsell. But for now, just to keep things simple, I'm going to run it without proxies for you. Now you hit the back button and that takes you back to the grid here. Once you've got everything ready to go, you'll see the AQ has already filled up with how many leads it's going to pull. So you just hit the start button here and let it run. Now I'm going to pause the video for a minute and let this thing do its thing. Well, I'll let you see it actually start bringing in leads. So as you can see, it's bringing in leads now. So you don't have to sit here and watch this whole thing because this may take 5 to 10 minutes to complete. I'm going to go ahead and pause it, and then I'll come back and show you the results and how to sort and so forth. One other feature I'd like to show you as well is while the software is running, you can make changes to almost anything you want, like in your options. So you can go in here and you can change your settings, you can change your threads. The only thing you can't change is the service, but everything else can be changed on the fly while Profit Renegade is actually running, which is pretty cool. You'll find no other scrapers able to do that. All right, I'm back now. The scraping is finished. We've scraped 19,427 leads, 1,500 with emails. So I'm going to show you now how you can sort and remove duplicates and pretty much slice and dice the information any way you want. So let's go to grid controls here, and we're going to do a sort, and just click on any category or any heading that you see here, and it will sort. So I'm sorting by name right now. Give it a minute. It's got a lot of records to sort. And the sorting is done. Uh, Now, the headings and so forth that you see will vary depending on which data source you're scraping from. So in this particular one, which we're using Super Pages, you can see standard stuff, name of the business, whether they're mobile ready or not, uh, city, state, zip, phone number, alternate phone number, email, and their website. So let's say that I just want to have records with emails. Okay, so say I want to remove any blanks that don't, or any leads that don't have emails. You go up here to the grid control again, you hit clean, then you left click on anything that you want to have removed, then I'll click on remove blanks. This will take a minute because there's a lot of records here. And now, as you can see, we're left only with records that have emails. So it's thinned down quite a bit, as you can see. So you can also select by hitting either the control key and the left mouse to select whatever you want, or if you want to grab a continuous row, you just hit with the left mouse on whatever record you want, hold down the shift key, and select to wherever you want it to go, such as this. So this is just kind of a basic run through of how Profit Renegade works. We'll have more detailed explanations and videos in the members area for your customers. Thank you.